Welcome back to The Conscious Interior, a student-led podcast about sustainable design, personal growth, and building spaces that heal. I'm your host, Tayde Gonzalez, and today we're diving into something that's reshaped the way that I approach every single project, and that is biophilic design. But not in the add a plant and call it earthy kind of way. We're talking about designing for nature, not just referencing it. So that's the key here. Because what if the most conscious spaces weren't the trendiest, but the ones that felt like home to the body? Recreating spaces that your body feels comfortable and safe in. So what is biophilic design? In its simplest form, it's the practice of reconnecting people with nature through the built environment. But to me, it's more than a strategy, it's a whole design ethos. It's the difference between decorating with nature and designing with it in mind. It's not really about aesthetics, it's about the experience of the humans living in that building or interacting with it. One of the most helpful frameworks that I've found is the 14 Patterns of Biophilic Design by Terrapin Bright Green. It breaks the concept into things we can actually apply to our work as designers. Here are a few I return to again and again as a student. Number 1, visual connection to nature. So this is a window view of trees, dappled sunlight across a floor, or something alive within sight. Material connection to nature, which could be real textures, reclaimed wood, or earth tone stone. So materials that really ground you with their imperfection, really like non-rhythmic, sensory stimuli, the flicker of leaves in the wind, the gentle shift of the light throughout the day, things that move like life does. Number 2 is refuge and prospect. This one I love because it's the feeling of being safely tucked away in a space. So it's the whole concept of a nook. If you think about a breakfast nook, why do we love it so much? Is because we feel like we have a space that is just ours. Why do we select a booth when we go to a restaurant? Normally, because we want to be tucked away. We want that refuge while still having a view of the wider world. So when we design with these patterns in mind, we're not just making beautiful spaces. We're creating interiors that restore, regulate, and breathe. In one of my recent studio projects, a biophilic hotel set inside San Diego's historic Mission Brewery Plaza, I tried to bring these ideas to life. So instead of jumping straight into aesthetics, I asked myself, what do I want this space to feel like? How should someone move through it? Where does nature belong in here? And here's what that looked like in practice. I prioritized sunlight and sightlines. So placing windows where natural light could spill into the hallways and connect the guests to the outdoor gardens. I also used reclaimed wood as a material to anchor something tactile, so something we can touch, imperfect and warm. It wasn't just for the look of the wood, it was more to evoke a memory, a texture, and a sense of place. I thought, if this made you pause, if you're ready to design with more intention and less noise, then I invite you to listen to the full episode of The Conscious Interior on Spotify. We go deeper into what biophilic design really means, how to apply it in studio work, and why it's more than just a style, it's a value. Let's design spaces that don't just look good, but live well.